welcome everyone to 284 News. My name is Javon Wilson.
I'm Kamal Haynes.
And I'm Ron Grant.
And we are so thrilled and happy to be coming to you live out of the beautiful British Virgin Islands. The content continues via our website, 284media.com.
In today's news, BVICCHA to host webinar, Travel, Tourism and Technology, The Road to a Bright Future. BVI Health Services Authority staff salaries delayed due to a missed deadline. Staff awaiting update. HR manager says salaries should be received by yesterday and today. Lions Club of Tortola lights up Road Town this Christmas, and COVID-19 booster shots projected in the BVI by next week. In addition to that, Special Education Awareness Week takes center stage. Special Education Officer Miss Afiya Smith joins us, as well as a special education teacher from the Althea Scatliff Primary School. All this and so much more after word from our sponsors. You're watching 284 News.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a brand new season of The Art of a Distinguished Gentleman, a show poised to help guide modern-day men into 21st century distinguished gentlemen. It doesn't always involve suits and, bow ties, but raw, real-life lessons that translate to grounded, community-minded, well-rounded men. This season, I'm taking you on an entirely different journey, from chefs to dancers, philanthropists, communications specialists, and much more. I'm heading outside in the field to share the journey of some of the BVI's best and brightest men. From East End to West End, Bojangara, Justin Lake, not forgetting Anigata. Our Virgin Islands gentlemen are doing the damn thing, and I'm so proud. Get ready to reason, reflect, and redirect. We are the movers and shakers of this generation, and we ain't afraid to show it. The Art of a Distinguished Gentleman, Season 3 by yours truly, Ron Grant, raising a generation of greatness.
You value traditions. Today, you value music. You value education. Family.
I love you.
Service.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Love. Life. At Popular, we're committed to you and everything our community values. For the things you value the most, count on us. Popular.
Welcome everybody. It's Thursday, December 2nd, 2021. I'm Ron Grant and we're coming to you live and direct from the beautiful British Virgin Islands. Of course, my home, my paradise. A happy Thursday to each and every one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. As you can see, it is Christmas in the 284 Media Studios and we are happy to be bringing you the local, regional and daily happenings. Beginning, of course, as we emerge from COVID-19, it is clear that we are facing a new normal. With, of course, in health and safety, they are going to be the critical business factors, particularly for travel and tourism industries. Meeting this challenge will require businesses, communities, and destinations to implement new processes and procedures that will make it easy and seamless for customers to move about and do business. It will also require technology to support the new processes and procedures to respond quickly when changes occur. Now, with this in mind, the BVI Chamber of Commerce and Hotel Association is hosting a webinar on travel, tourism, and technology. It's titled The Road to a Bright Future on December 7th, 2021. If you are interested in learning more about this new normal and how technology can truly help you reimagine doing business in the new normal, you are invited to join them for this 1-hour webinar on travel, tourism, and technology. Again, that title is The Road to a Bright Future. During the webinar, you will learn how individual businesses, organizations, venues, communities, and destinations can meet the challenges of the new normal to increase business and improve the guest experience. This is, of course, hosted by the BVI Chamber of Hotel and Commerce Association. Beginning on the local scene, in an email sent to some 731 members of staff on Monday, November 29, 2021, staff of the BVI Health Services Authority were made aware of an issue regarding the agency's payroll. The email stated, and I quote, "Please note that due to a combination of various issues beyond our control, the salaries of employees who bank with the undernoted institutions will be delayed. CIBC First Caribbean said bank is closed until further notice, and there was no one present," they said, "to receive the payroll today. We will spare no effort tomorrow to ensure that we find a solution to this problem. Banco and First Bank, as previously advised, these banks require 2 business days for payroll and processing, and we missed the deadline. We sincerely apologize for any inconvenience to you and solicit your patience and understanding in this matter. A future update will be provided tomorrow. Now, since the initial correspondence, viewers, no further update had been provided to the staff up until the publishing of this article. Our newsroom took the liberty to reach out to Mr. Lavore Letsum of the BVI Health Services Authority, the Human Resources Manager, that is, on the matter, and Letsum said, and I quoted, "Based on my knowledge of the situation, staff should receive salaries by Wednesday 1st and today, Thursday 2nd. All right, we'll continue to keep you posted on that story. Viewers, up next, COVID-19 booster shot is expected in the territory by next week, and the Lions Club of Tortola lights up Road Town this Christmas. We have all the details of that and so much more. After a word from our sponsors, you're watching 284 News.
Is business slow? Cash flow down? Hosting an upcoming event? We can help. Advertise with 284 Media and take your business or event to the next level by enhancing your present marketing and messaging strategies. Allow our team of experts to create a personalized ad that sets your business apart from all the rest. This could be your business or event. So, what are you waiting for? Contact our marketing team at 284media@cctbvi.com. Advertising with us works.
Viewers, welcome back. Thank you so much for sticking with us. Continuing on the local scene here in the British Virgin Islands. According to a recent notice posted by the government of the Virgin Islands, AstraZeneca booster shots and 3rd doses of vaccines will be available in the BVI by the 2nd week of December. Persons wishing to further inoculate themselves against the COVID-19 virus and those who wish to take the 1st dose of the vaccine will be able to do so within the coming days. Now, the notice specifically outlined the categories of persons who will be eligible, for Pfizer boosters and 3rd doses of the AstraZeneca vaccines. It was also noted that all persons with chronic diseases or those who are severely ill, will be eligible for the 3rd dose of the AstraZeneca vaccine. Additionally, all persons who have completed a 2nd or 3rd dose of the AstraZeneca vaccine or at least 3 months ago will be eligible for the Pfizer booster. All persons 12 years and older and those who were previously unvaccinated will be eligible to receive 2 doses of the Pfizer vaccine. Now, Leader of Government Business, the Honorable Andrew A. Foy, said some 60.6% of the population had already taken the 1st jab of the AstraZeneca vaccine, while some 55.3% had taken both jabs and are fully vaccinated. Viewers, for more information and details on the upcoming available booster shots, you can contact the government's medical hotline at 284-852-7650. And of course, we continue. The Lions Club of Tortola officially kicked off the Christmas season in the territory with their annual Christmas tree lighting and concert on Saturday, November 27th at the Sir Oliver George's Plaza. President of the Lions Club of Tortola, Kevin S. Foy, said that this is an important tradition that the club has upheld for the past 4 decades and counting. He said, and I quote, "It is very important. It is something that has been going on for longer than I have been alive. Over 40 years that the Lions Club have been doing this tradition, the Christmas tree lighting, and it is something that we hold very dear to our club. It is one of those things that we have to get done," President Foy shared. Now, Foy also added, "So it's just about getting everybody out, getting the Christmas spirit and juices flowing. So it is very important. It is a very important event. Now it starts the Christmas season, he said, in a sense of pride for the BVI. He also informed that he was also pleased that the event was moved back to its original location after being held at the Cyril B. Rumney Tortola Pier Park due to unavailability of the plaza following the 2017 hurricanes, and then, of course, COVID-19 restrictions last year. Meanwhile, Vice President of the club and organizer of the event, Lion Kamika Forbes, informed that there were a variety of performers, which included the BVI Heritage Dancers, Nova Viewer Royale, the BVI Dance School vocalist Durnal Sanderson, Carl Moses, Mr. Diaz, V. De La Charles, and the Lion Steel Orchestra. She said residents were treated to traditional songs like Mama Bake Your Johnny Cake, Feliz Navidad. From all accounts, the event was well received. Now, the crowd, she said, seemed to enjoy it. It was all well received. It was an enjoyable time. I think people welcomed the opportunity to come back out again. She stated the club also had its second draw of its Christmas raffle, which Shireen Hodge winning an Chromebook compliments of iSmart. The final drawing will be held on December 18th with $3,000 as the grand prize. Premier and Minister of Finance, the Honorable Andrew Foy, and Deputy Premier, Dr. the Honorable Natalia Wheatley, also delivered greetings at the event. Viewers, we have a very special interview coming up, the Special Education Awareness Week. In addition to that, another company in the BVI mandates that vaccinations are now mandatory and seemingly takes staff by surprise, but communication specialist from that company says that is not so. We have the details and so much more after a word from our sponsors. We'll be right back.
The wait is over. CCT Fire is here. Experience ultra-fast downloads, seamless streaming, and even more reliable connectivity on an all-new fire-blazing super-fast CCT Fiber network. CCT Fire. Bring it home and upgrade today.
Brilliant Hands and Minds tutoring services, one-on-one tutorials in math and English, intense homework assistance, academic enrichment, school projects, effective communication and public speaking development, sign language for adults and children on Saturdays only. Registered with the Virgin Islands High School Certificate Program, Brilliant Hands and Minds can help you too. Offering intense curriculum-based training to help you or your loved ones get their high school diploma. It's time to make your family's education a #1 priority. Hurry, space is limited. Brilliant Hands and Minds Learning Center. We are the trained education professionals.
Father Jesus, that line here long like church service.
Alright, do enjoy the rest of it then. Next customer line, please. Wait, hold on a second.
Yes, Sonny boy, come, yes, Sonny.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sonny boy. Hold on there. You must have cut front of people.
It's okay, I'll take care of it.
What? No man to take care of me.
How may I assist you?
Yes.
You want top of power?
You want top of power?
Join the prepaid party with CCT and enjoy more affordable data plans, more top-up promotions, more savings with hero bundles, and more value for your money each and every Tuesday with Top Up Turn Up Tuesday. Visit a CCT store today or anywhere CCT Top Up is sold and top up your phone.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You want top of power?
Viewers, welcome back and thank you so much for sticking with us. Continuing on the matter of vaccination, staff of Flow, officially known as Cable and Wireless, seem to have been met with a surprise on yesterday, December 1st, 2021, when they were not allowed on the premises of the company due to their vaccination status. Now, staff at the organization say this is actually not true. That's the management, say this is actually not true. Staff apparently were made aware of the policies prior to December 1st. Local media showed a handful of staff members outside expressing their disgust with the situation and what they called discrimination and attack on their human rights. Now, this is not the first company, viewers, in the British Virgin Islands to issue such a mandate on the onset of vaccination efforts. While there are persons in support and, of course, those who are in opposition of such mandates, what is more alarming is that the government of the Virgin Islands is yet to make a statement and has left this solely upon employers to decide, not issuing any statement on the matter whether persons should be allowed in to the offices or not. Now, our newsroom kindly reached out to Cable and Wireless Communications team, and they shared the following statement, and I quote, "Since the outbreak of COVID-19 pandemic, Cable and Wireless Communications, parent company of BTC, CNW Business, CNW Networks, and Flow, has implemented rigorous health and safety measures to help protect our employees, their families, and of course our customers and local communities. As we continue," they say, "to manage and operate through the global COVID-19 pandemic across our markets, the company has taken the decision to mandate a vaccination for our employees in a phased approach over time. This decision was not taken lightly, but ultimately we believe we have a responsibility to our employees, our customers, and the communities we serve. In conjunction with the rollout of its vaccination policy, Cable and Wireless Communications will implement a hybrid working model where employees who have been working remotely will return to the office for a designated period each week based on their roles and responsibilities." Now, in the BVI, the statement continued, "The vaccine mandate and return to work framework takes effect on December 1st, 2021, whereby only fully vaccinated employees will be allowed into the office facilities. The timing of the vaccination mandate," they say, "and adoption of the hybrid working model is determined on a market-by-market based consideration factors such as country vaccination rates, employee vaccination rates, the availability of in-person schooling, and of course the accessibility of public transportation, among other criteria." That, of course, again, was an official statement after our newsroom reached out to the management and communications team at Cable and Wireless. They have since returned with that statement, and also they have agreed to issue an interview with us to bring a bit more light to the situation. Of course, we're going to keep you followed up as details continue to develop. Viewers, I have two very special guests with me in studio this evening. Both actually of the Ministry of Education. One is Miss Afiya Smith. She is the Special Education Officer. And then with her, we have a lovely special education teacher from the Out There Scatliff Primary School. I'm going to allow her to introduce herself. Please do so.
Hi everyone, good morning. I'm Magdalene Allister, and I'm from the Out There Scatliff Primary School. I am a special education teacher attached to work with students with disabilities in the school.
Wonderful. Ladies, first of all, thank you so much for your time and welcome to 284 Media Studios.
Thank you for having us.
As we all know, this week is being celebrated and observed in the territory of the Virgin Islands through the Ministry of Education as Special Education Awareness. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is this the first time it's being observed in the BVI?
Yes, the very first time.
Wow, okay. So for the first time, we have had a number of events this week scheduled to really bring awareness to the issue of special education. Of course, believe it or not, unfortunately, it is still a very taboo topic, and we're going to get into that conversation, Ms. Smith, on why that is. But begin by telling us what have been some of the activities leading up to today, Thursday, that have taken place so far this week.
All right, Ron. So this week we've had, on Monday, we had a virtual opening ceremony highlighting 20 years beyond special education, 20 years and beyond. On Tuesday, we had some more video highlights of students in our school with some nuggets. Speaking about special education and what takes place within our school, where we highlighted one young lady in our secondary school at the Virgin Islands School of Technical Studies who's hearing impaired, and she is in her final year at that institution. Yesterday, Wednesday, December 1st, we had our highly anticipated word recognition bee, which is a twist to our traditional spelling bee, where the students were tasked with identifying words projected on a screen. And I must say that the students did extremely well. They were proud of themselves, the parents were proud, the teachers were proud, and the schools were proud of the students. And it also just highlighted the possibilities that these students possess And our aim this week is indeed to do that, to show the wider community that a disability does not limit you. It just has you in a certain capacity, but it doesn't limit your ability to be someone and do something productive in our society. Today, Tuesday, this evening, we will be on DYAS with The Voice on Facebook with some parents of students with disabilities within our school, sharing their perspective, their viewpoint on special education, how it's impacting their child or children, and what other things they would like to see us embark on. And then tomorrow, Friday, we culminate the week with a rock, the color of an ability. And why we say ability? Because we want to take away that negative connotation of disability. So we want you to rock the various colors or shirts, if you have them, of the different abilities that we have within our territory. We have spina bifida, we have cerebral palsy, we have hearing impairment, we have Down syndrome, autism, and all these disabilities are present in our schools. So we do want to highlight them and show the community that we stand with them and say, we see your possibility.
Wonderful. Well, first, let me commend you as a special education officer for highlighting and observing this week, first ever in the BVI. I want to touch on some of the specifics that you just mentioned. Of course, we're familiar with spina bifida. That's the most recent that we've been hearing about.
Yes.
What are some of the similarities, Ms. Smith, when we look at these disabilities?
Well, for this, most times persons see disabilities as the physical part of things. You look for the things that don't look quote-unquote traditionally normal. The student may be nonverbal, the student may be, or the child may be, have some antics that are not quote-unquote developmentally normal. So most times we classify that as a disability. But we are now seeing students and persons, and we know of famous persons in the world, around the world, who have known disabilities, but they look average like me and you.
Yes.
And the world, on Friday as well, it culminates internationally as a Persons with Disability Day internationally. And the theme for that day is not all disabilities are visible. So again, we're trying to get our community to expand their knowledge set, expand their perspective of disabilities. And they're not just what we traditionally see, but the average child, the average athlete, the average artist, the average writer or media personnel may have a disability, but we just can't see it. But that does not limit that person, because as we can see, they can be an artist, they can be an athlete, they can be an entrepreneur, and they can succeed in life. So disabilities are not always what we can see, but what we want our community and our territory to start to embrace is the possibilities of these students.
Wonderful. Ms. Smith, I have to touch on early detection. Like anything else, that is probably the most secure way of identifying. What are some signs, and how would you encourage parents to really pursue early detection if they may think that their child or children may be experiencing any of these disabilities?
First, I would admonish all parents to have an annual checkup with their pediatrician. Now, I know in our territory we go to our family doctor, but I'm encouraging parents to go to a pediatrician if you have any concerns. You can always look online for developmental milestones. What does an average 3-year-old, what are the goals that that 3-year-old should have mastered at that age? Or a 4-year-old, or even months, 5 months, 6 months. Are they able to hold up their neck? Are they able to roll over? Do they smile? Do they look at your face, recognize your face and give you back that feedback with an expression? So there are simple things that we can do, and sometimes unbeknown to us as parents, because I'm a parent, we sometimes compare our child to another child. And that's how we start to see the differences. Well, this child walked at 9 months, but my child doesn't walk until 1.5 years. But that doesn't necessarily mean that they have a disability. It could mean that they're developmentally delayed. So we just have to do some early intervention, like you've rightfully stated, so that that delay doesn't become permanent and it doesn't prolong into something that's long-standing. So I encourage parents, if you are having any concern, a pediatrician is your first stop. And then from there, that pediatrician will refer you to whatever supporting agency you may need that support from to find out more details. And again, it's not one stop fits everybody. So a child with autism, their symptoms may look different from a child with Down syndrome, or a child with dyslexia, or a child with ADHD. So I can't necessarily tell you to look for specifics, but your developmental milestones will help you to kind of identify any challenges early.
Statistically, do you have any numbers for me about how many students across the territory are impacted by any of these disabilities? Special education-wise, how many students are we accommodating in the territory at this time?
That is something that I'm working on. It's not easy to get the accurate statistics.
I understand.
Because again, like you rightfully mentioned in the beginning, when it comes to disabilities, it's still sort of a taboo topic. Not everyone is open and honest and upright in telling us their child has a challenge. So we're working on that this year in terms of gathering as much, but I know from the school standpoint, we have about 5% of our school population between K to 12 that receives some level of service.
Fair enough. As a special education officer, Ms. Smith, are you pleased from a ministry standpoint with the efforts and what has been done to really promote and do all that we can from a ministry perspective on special education? Is there more that we can do for our students?
There's always more. I will never say that we are where we want to be, but like I've been saying all week, we're not where we used to be. I can remember when I came back from college in 2009, my first student was a student with spina bifida. And I had no clue what I was doing, but it sparked my interest in this area. So at that point, there were not any special ed teachers in our school. There were no processes to identify any student with disabilities. And he just mustered his way through as much as he could until he eventually left and went to Vanguard. But now I could say we are in a sort of a better place, not 100%, where we have some supporting staff. We will encourage more persons to study special education, even if it's a short course. It doesn't have to be a whole degree, but gain some information so that you can give back to our educational system in some way, form, or fashion. And I do see the sensitization becoming a little more easier. Teachers are becoming more aware. You know, they're seeking out, they're asking questions. The supporting teachers like Ms. Alistair they're really putting the effort in, more in terms of course, infrastructure, resources, human and practical resources are needed. But I would say that we are not where we were, and we're in a fairly decent place. And with this week, I hope that it will propel us to another level in special education.
Thank you for your honesty. And speaking of teachers and gems, the lovely teacher sitting next to you, what is it like for you as a special education educator in the BVI school system?
For me, it's exciting. That has always been my passion ever since from high school. And seeing my friends struggle, I was always the one helping. And I always wanted to be a teacher. And as I came into the profession, I learned more about special education, and my role model is Ms. Dawson. Yes. So I was learning a lot from her, and I decided this is what I want to do. So I went and I pursued my degree in special education, and I can say it's not easy. It is not easy. You need a lot of patience, but I love my job. I have a passion for it, so it pushes me, it propels me to want to do more and do better for each child. So I'm always researching what is new, what can I do, because not everything can work for every child. Yes, so you have to look at individual students. So that propels you to always research, push, and get more training. And that's something I'm always doing.
Wonderful. What would you say to persons who still have this taboo issues? As you work with special students every day, what would you say to them about their mindset in dealing and seeing and interacting with these said students, whether it's in the supermarket or on the street?
What I would like to say is, don't be afraid. Yes. Don't be afraid of persons with disabilities. They are persons. And if you listen to what we're saying persons with disabilities. See the person before you see the disability. They have so much to offer. What we do is we pull on their abilities. Our theme for this year is some see the disabilities, but we see the possibilities. Yes. Interact with them, get to know them, get to know what their strengths are, what their abilities are. You can come into the schools, volunteer, and you will be so surprised of how much the children can do. They would surprise you. So I just want to say, make yourself available, interact, come into the schools, ask questions, call the ministry, what can I do? And we will really appreciate it. That's what we're advocating for, to give them a chance. Even the businesses, give them a chance to get a job, because we are helping them. That's where we are pushing them to be able to work in jobs, to be able to carry themselves, to be productive in society. So that is what I would like to ask and share.
Beautifully shared. Ladies, I am out of time and I'm so sorry because there are so many questions I have. This is quite an important and pivotal topic for us, but I want to thank you for coming in. I want to wish you the best in your continued efforts as we promote and observe a special education awareness in the territory of the Virgin Islands. Continue the good job and may the force be with you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Viewers, that is all the time we have, but of course that is not all the content. Stay locked to our page for local, regional, and daily happenings. I'm Ron Grant. It is always a pleasure. It's so good to see you guys. I'm a bit under the weather, but still, nevertheless, it's good to see you guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.